anytime a person decides to tell the truth, you almost got to expect a backlash of people digging up their skeletons as well. It shouldn't come as a shock if you see any articles or videos pertaining to Katt Williams' arrest records. Two things can be true at the same time. While it could be true that Katt Williams has had run-ins with the police, but that doesn't take away from what he said about Steve Harvey, Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, Chris Rock, and on and on and on. One of you liking the video is so that you can get my video in front of a crowd of people that normally wouldn't catch my commentary. Whether you thumbs up or thumbs down, it definitely pushes me out to the algorithm so that I can be in front of other crowds. So thank you. We're not going to agree on everything. That's not the point of my channel. The point of my channel is to start conversations and get to the root of what we're talking about. There may be some gossip here and there, but for the most part, I don't like to be on the same wave of other content creators. I like to do my own thing. And I always agree on things. And I don't prefer a crowd of yes men anyways. It's just the way you disagree. You understand? Respectfully agree to disagree. But if I find that you're trying to insult me on my channel, you gotta go. It's as simple as that. Don't come over here with that negativity. As I stated before, we talk about local gossip, trending topics, things that I'm passionate about, or things that I feel like is worth the conversation. I told y'all a while ago that Steve Harvey does something to my spirit. I know that he's a fraud and a fake in my opinion. I always said that I don't think he's for the community. If you go to my TikTok, we talked about Steve Harvey a while back. Go to the search engine, type in Tink, Marshae, Steve Harvey. Here are conversations around that time. I think it was about 2 or 3 months ago. You know, for a very long time, the Berry has been trying to get reparations for Mary Harvey. Y'all don't know, Mary Harvey is, I believe, Steve Harvey. See, somebody commented a while back and told me that Marshae Harvey is actually his first wife, and then Mary Harvey is his second wife. Mary Harvey was done so wrong by Steve Harvey. All you have to do is type her name in, Berry will come up, and she'll explain the documents that she received on Mary and the gag order that Steve put on her. Oh, most importantly, Berry has said on multiple occasions that she has been threatened by Steve Harvey. Another YouTuber by the name of Genevas Closet. I remember all this going down on social media. Actually, I feel like that's how we ended up knowing who Tasha K was, is because she ended up getting the story from Berry. Tasha K was threatened by Steve Harvey as well. Why is this important? That's knowing that Tasha K, Genevas Closet, and Berry is being threatened by Steve Harvey and his team. You know that Katt Williams said a lot of names, okay? He said Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, Chris Rock. He said that Chris Rock was the Epstein Chris Rock. And we know with telling the truth comes a lot of hate. It comes a lot of hate from people that don't want to be exposed. I saw that Jay-Z had responded, y'all. I knew Katt Williams had some problems on his hands. Now, we do also know that Katt Williams is tied into Suge Knight. So there's a possibility that he's protected. As I said in the beginning, two things can be true at the same time. You could be telling the absolute truth when it comes to Steve Harvey and all these others that have been exposed from stealing jokes and on the small guys to make it big time, trading out their wives for the wives they have today. It can be true. He can also have had run-ins with the police, y'all. Y'all do know that, right? Not to discredit anything that Katt Williams said. Let's get into what Tuff News Media had to say.
And some grammar errors that was made when he sent me this text. So it says, hey man, I heard from blank, I can't disclose this person. And he says that he doesn't expect Katt to live to see the year of 2025. This former powerful executive says that Katt says something that really has a lot of people pissed off, and a lot of these demonic producers, gatekeepers, and S-Africers, and I'm paraphrasing there, guys, that have infiltrated Hollywood for years with their demonic tactics to humiliate and emasculate black men, undermine our sisters, just for them to secure roles in Hollywood, are shaking in their boots. I'm told that it's not what Katt necessarily said on camera, it's what he said off camera to Shannon Sharp.
Tuff News Media has been at this thing for a very long time. I know over 5 years because I once subscribed to him years ago to keep up with Kim Porter and her passing and the updates on that. And so when this Diddy thing came around, I knew to go back to his channel. So y'all make sure y'all go and follow him. Everything said in this video is my own opinion, and what Tuff News Media said versus what I'm getting ready to say has nothing to do with his platform, okay? What he said is what he said. I find very interesting, y'all, is the fact that Steve Harvey has said nothing. Nada. Zip. We've seen everybody else come to the forefront. Jay-Z, Cedric the Entertainer. Is it Aries? The comedian Aries? Lavelle Crawford even spoke up, and I haven't heard from that man in years. All these people are coming out the woodwork, and Steve Harvey has said nothing. I'm not planting seeds. I just find it weird, and I'm paying attention. Steve plays a dirty game, in my opinion. And I find it very interesting. He has not said a word. Nothing. While everybody is upset about the video I did about his arrest records, nobody is concerned about who's not responding to Katt. Although I don't agree how he did his wife either, comedian Garry Owen has something to say about his experience with Steve Harvey. So let me be clear. He's talking about Steve Harvey's producers, behind the scenes people, not Steve Harvey in specific. He spoke about a time where he was offered a job at the Steve Harvey show.
Like 4 months to negotiate my deal. We're not getting no negotiating done. So I come in and I'm still thinking this is going to be like Johnny Carson and McMahon. I get there and I got there early in the morning the first day. They got me backstage. I'm behind the stage. Nobody even sees me. And I'm announcing Steve. So I'm like the voice of God. You just hear my voice, but you don't see me. So I did the whole first week and nobody ever saw me. I was in no sketches. They didn't include me in anything. I just basically went, give it up for Steve Harvey. I announced the guest and then I just go back to my dressing room and I sit. We would do like 2 episodes in a day and I go to the dressing room. No, they literally tried to put me in a closet. And I'm not exaggerating. It was a closet. There was no bathroom. There was no mirrors. It was a room. And there was a desk that was broken down with like a chair. And that was it. And I was like, well, where's the bathroom? So the guy started to walk down the hall and he was like, yeah, you got to come to the bathroom down here. And he started walking. He looked back. He goes, Gary. I said, oh, I'm not using no public bathroom. I'm here every day, all day. I know how this works. You can't find me a dressing room with a bathroom? And I was like, I told myself I'll never be using that bathroom. I know you're walking me down there. And I sat in the hallway. And then another white lady came over and she was like, this is his dressing room. And I was like, I'm not.
He didn't blame Steve Harvey in specific. I just thought it was interesting that he told that story about how he was supposed to hook up with Steve Harvey and essentially was stuffed in a damn closet. Thing I wanted to lean into that Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey, outside of him stealing jokes, Katt Williams talked about a time where Steve Harvey called Bernie Mac job, a movie that he was playing on, Ocean 12 or Ocean 8. Although he said on the Shannon Sharp show that he did not want to be an actor, he was calling around trying to get Bernie Mac's job, allegedly. Your people is stuffing people in closets, and you calling around to get somebody else's job? If y'all don't know, back then, when the Kings of Comedy was very, very viral, there was talk that Steve Harvey did not like Bernie Mac. I don't think people really knew what the beef really stemmed from between Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac. But now one can almost assume that it was jealousy. Bernie Mac's daughter actually spoke out, y'all. Let's hear what she had to say, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more updates.
I keep getting lots of contact about my thoughts on the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. The interview heard round the world. And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, you know, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad, like outside of being, you know, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, you know, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors everybody gets along, everybody just, it's love. And no, it's not. They've always been competitive. Like it's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like, you'll have, you know, people beefing, like same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Katt Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, you know, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, you know, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that, not just famous people, just people all across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and you, oh, they were so wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Katt spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, you know I've said this repeatedly. Like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people, because that's the thing. Like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later. No. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that mother. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. Much love and mad props to Katt Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Katt Williams, because I think that is probably be the most entertaining and gem-dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Katt Williams.
All right, y'all heard what she had to say. In my opinion, it's something that she know that we don't know. Something that she know that she don't want to say. Oh, soon will be revealed. I just find it interesting that Steve Harvey, out of everybody else, has not spoke out. Don't have to, but he should. Spoke out about Shirley Strawberry. Wait, y'all. I'll keep y'all updated. I mean, what you think in the comments?
I'm just going to be selling some tickets. This how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but let me know. Because if you're going to use my name as the stepping stone, so you can, like he say, try to prove that he number one.
Right.
I took my family on vacation. You know, I was out with my kids playing and stuff. You know, we've been hanging out. I come back, all this stuff on YouTube, all these interviews over Detroit, all these radio stations. I got family up here, friends.
Yeah.
You know, Steve, man, when you going to say something? I don't got to say nothing. I am the original Kings of Comedy. That's, and I can go with that right there. Right. Now, until you done sold them kind of tickets, move them numbers, and you done been on the stage with some more gorillas. See, it's cool when you've been the only gorilla on stage, but I've been on stage with more gorillas.